What's up, y'all? Game 5 recap here. Celtics are the NBA champions this season. So, yeah, let's get straight to it. Let's just look at the box score, and I'll just go through and describe how I thought each player played, basically, just like what we've been doing. Looking at Derek Jones Jr. here, 4 for 8 from the field, 50% from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. Overall, pretty solid game. He really only had 10 points. He didn't have any rebounds or assists, but he did score more than usual. He played more minutes than usual, but not horrible overall, especially considering how the other players played for the Mavericks today. Especially, looking at PJ Washington getting 34 and a half minutes and only going 2 for 7 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3. If you're supposed to be a 3-point sniper, you can't be going 0 for 5 from 3-pointer and expect to win the game. And I think that's where the Mavericks really struggled here. They really didn't shoot the three ball that well today, and the Celtics shot it really well. Overall, PJ Washington not too good today. 4 points, 4 turnovers, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. But yeah, looking at Daniel Gafford, 11 minutes basically, 3 for 5 from the field, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Not horrible considering his playing time. I wonder why Jason Kidd starts Daniel Gafford this series, or why he started him this series, especially considering Derek Lively's getting more minutes off the bench. But I don't know. I guess we'll never really know. But looking at Kyrie, 15 points today, 5 for 16 from the field, 3 for 9 from 3, 9 assists. So Kyrie really struggled this game. He didn't really look like himself. This whole series, really, at TD Garden, Kyrie didn't do well at all. He only did well in games 3 and 4, which was at the Mavericks' home. But yeah, I mean, I was expecting Kyrie to go off, especially considering, he's back in TD Garden, but it seems like the fans really got to him, and the pressure of trying to win a ring, I guess, got to him. But yeah, looking at Luka, 43 points, 12 for 25 from the field, 2 out of 9 on threes, 2 for 5 from the line, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 28 points. So yeah, Luka played decent overall. I mean, he did basically like his baseline in my opinion. He had 7 turnovers though, which is not good at all. We can't have 7 turnovers and out of your best player and expect to win a game. But 28 points on 25 shots, not horrible. His 3-pointer this whole series was not falling. 2 for 9. I think he went like 1 for 7, 0 for 8. Like just trying to remember previous games. But yeah, like if you're Luca, you can't be going, shooting those percentages from three and expect to win, especially considering that that's how the Mavericks score a lot of their points is from Luca's step back threes in isolation. And it's not like he's getting like he's. I will say the Celtics defense was really, really good this series, and I think that that's ultimately what won them a series was their defense and how they were able to like push the pace and fast break and get easy points. But if you're Luca, you gotta be able to produce more, especially off your bread and butter step back threes. Looking at Derek Lively, 24 minutes, went for 2 from the field, 2 points, 5 fouls, only 4 rebounds. Not a good game. He looked like like his rookie self again, which we didn't see in game 3 and 4 at all, especially game 4. But yeah, here's I think that playing away was really a struggle for them this series. Obviously, they lost every game away, but I think that especially looking at game 2, we could see this because the Celtics shot like in the 20 percentage area on threes. I think like the high 20s, and the Mavs still weren't able to capitalize and win the game. So I think that kind of really set the tone of how the Mavericks were going to be able to respond to playing in these away situations. But looking at Josh Green, 5 for 8 from the field, 4 for 6, 14 points. Josh Green had a really good night. Shot the ball pretty well. I mean, he just did his job overall. Nothing to complain about there. Maxi Kleber 1 for 3 on field goals, 0 for 2 from the 3, 3 rebounds, 2 points, or never mind, no turnovers. Wait. Yeah, no turnovers. I don't know what I was looking at. But, you know, this whole series, Kleber was definitely a lot more hesitant than usual, and I think it's because of his injury. So, I kind of just sound like a broken record with how I responded the past couple games off of his play, just like, just with his confidence. So I'm not going to dig deep too much into that. Dante Exum only gets about 8 minutes 50 seconds here, 1 for 1 from the field, 1 for 2 from free throws, 4 points, doesn't really do anything else. But I think Dante Exum is actually a pretty solid player. I think that he contributed pretty well to helping this team compete. He had a couple big plays in earlier games this series, and I think that overall he's just a very plus contributor to this Mavericks team. Tim Hardaway, 8.5 minutes, 0 for 1, had 3 fouls. The issue with Tim Hardaway is you really have to get him to get shots up within those 8 minutes. Like one shot for Tim Hardaway in 8 minutes is not good. You need him to get like at least 3 shots in my opinion, because then you can really feel out and see, is he hot? And if he's hot, you keep feeding him the ball. He'll go like 5 for 5 from three, like we saw in Game 4. But Jaden Hardy, Dwight Powell, AJ Lawson, Oliver, Maxise, Prosper, they all came in garbage minutes. So, yeah, we'll just skip by them. It is kind of interesting that Jaden Hardy didn't really play, but I mean, it's pretty expected considering he's a rookie and he's pretty young. So, yeah, looking at their splits, 45% from the field, 29% from three, 53% from the line, 45 rebounds, 18 assists, and 13 turnovers. So, yeah, they shot very poorly from three, and I think that's why they lost this game, and only 53% from the line. That's not good at all. Looking at the Celtics, Jaylen Brown, 7 for 23 from the field, 2 for 9 from three, 5 for 6, had 21 points, or 5 for 6 from free throws, had 21 points, 8 boards, 6 assists. Very, I wouldn't say solid, pretty I'd say decent game overall. I mean, 30% for the field, 22% from three is not good. But if you looked at what he did defensively on, especially Luka Doncic, he was really, locking him up and holding him to take very tough contested shots. He was fighting over screens, and I thought he was just playing very aggressive overall. Jason Tatum, 11 for 24 from the field, 1 for 7 on threes, 8 for 8 from the line. Almost had a triple-double, 31 points, 11 assists, 8 boards. So, yeah, I mean, you expected Tatum to have at least one of these games in the finals where you get 30 points and just set his guys up, you see, with 11 assists and get boards, 8 rebounds. So, yeah, good game for Tatum here. I don't know if this is going to push him to get finals MVP. I'm going to check real quick and actually see if he got it. No, he did not. Okay, Jaylen Brown won the finals MVP. Sorry, I'm recording this literally right as the game ended, so I had to look on Twitter real quick. But yeah, I mean, solid game. Definitely helped to win this game and win the championship overall. Looking at Al Horford, 3 for 6 from the field, 2 for 3 on threes, 9 boards, 2 assists, 9 points. Pretty solid. I mean, that's what you would expect out of Al Horford. Derek White, 4 for 10 from the field, 4 for 8 on threes, 14 points, 8 rebounds. Basically doing, his role, hitting threes, playing good defense. Had a really solid game today, in my opinion. Jrue Holiday, 7 for 14 from the field, 1 for 3 on threes, 11 boards, 4 assists, 15 points. Jrue Holiday was like the glue guy. I would say he was almost the X factor to this series, because I think he consistently played good every game except for that Game 4. But I think he was playing really good defense. I think he was able to lock down Kyrie Irving. He was able to play good defense on Luka Doncic. So, yeah, I think he was actually really good. Kristaps Porzingis, 5 points, 16 minutes. Obviously we don't expect Porzingis to really do much coming off of his injury, but he was definitely helpful defensively, just being like an anchor with the 7-3 frame. Remember one time Derrick Jones Jr. tried to go up with the layup, and he missed because Kristaps was able to alter the angle that he hit the ball off the backboard with. But yeah, we could definitely see his injury, especially with the Mavs trying to attack him off the pick and roll. Basically, like 90, like every time Kristaps Porzingis was on the court, they would try to get like Josh Green to set a screen for Luka so they could get that switch and attack Porzingis. Sam Hauser, 8 points, 3 for 7 from the field, 2 out of 6 on threes. Pretty solid game. He was definitely stepped up with his 3 point shooting, made a couple of really good defensive plays. So yeah, just a solid player all around. Peyton Pritchard, minute 25 seconds. His 1-3 was that half court shot at the buzzer, which was, I mean, that kind of just like drained all the energy from the Mavs. I believe that was at halftime. But, that was his, like, I think I saw something where it was like 2 of his 3 pointers were from half court, and he had 1 3 pointer that wasn't from half court in this final. So, I mean, that kind of just shows you something. But overall, looking at the stats, we see 42% from the field, 33% from the three, 85% at the line, 58 rebounds, 25 assists, and only 7 turnovers. So compare that to the Mavs, 7 turnovers for the Celtics to the Mavs 13. They win that stat category. 45 boards for the Mavs, 58 for the Celtics. They win that category. 85% from the line on 20 free throws for the Celtics. Sorry, 13 free throw attempts on 53.8% shooting for the Mavs. 29.7% from three with 37 attempts for the Mavs and 33% on 39 shots total from three for the Celtics. The only thing the Mavs won was overall field goal percentage, but they didn't get nearly as many shots up. They got 11 shots less, and that's mainly because of their turnovers. And it just seemed like the Mavericks really couldn't make a lot of shots. Like, you see 11 for 37 from three. That's not going to win you a finals game, especially against the Celtics. You can't be going 29.7% from three, which I feel like they did a couple times. But yeah, I really thought that the Celtics honed in on defense, especially on Luka Doncic. I think they were very keen on trying to stop him, and they did that very well. I think the I think that Kyrie really didn't step up today, and I think that's a big part or a big reason why they lost. But yeah, I mean, overall, good season here for the Mavericks. You got a lot to look forward to. You made the finals. You got Luka Doncic, who has 5 first team All NBA. You still got Kyrie. You still got, like most of these role players coming back next year. But yeah, I mean, congrats to the Celtics for winning the championship. Definitely the best team in the NBA, in my opinion, just looking at their roster, like on paper. They have, in my opinion, the best coach, and he put them in the best type of concept to allow them to win with their 5-out offense and just spacing the floor and shooting threes. So, yeah, Celtics are the NBA champions. Going forward on this channel, I'll see what I'm going to do. Probably a lot of free agency stuff for the NBA, and then we're going to get into the NFL soon. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys check out my links in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.